Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Art with Mr. Malik. I'm your host, Mr. Malik. You guessed it. Welcome back to another episode. Today I am going to be talking about art as a method of relaxation and a tool for growth. This is graduation season here. It is the beginning of the summer, getting into the end of spring, so change is in the air. There are a lot of people who are in schools or in learning institutions or things of that nature that are moving on to the next level for themselves. And so I wanted to make an art video to talk about how, in this process of change, there are many tools and resources around you, including art, that you can use to help balance out the anxieties of life and the newness that's coming towards you as you finish up one part of your life and move into another. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about how you can use art to do that, and I'm going to do a quick demonstration on my own artwork and what I do to kind of relax myself and to push out the noise of the world and to recenter myself, especially when things are getting a little hectic and newness is causing me to have anxiety. Ready? Here we go. Come on down. So again, what I have here is a sketch I did and my watercolor paints and some brushes and things of that nature. I have my cup of water and my napkin just to have myself set up. I take my paper down and I'm ready to go. So while I'm painting and you guys are watching, I just really wanted to talk about life in general as things are changing and basically just talk about how you can roll with the change as opposed to having to struggle or feel overwhelmed by it, right? Because life can be very busy and hectic and also intense at the same time. And if you don't have the proper support system, it can become very overwhelming. So I just encourage everyone to make sure that they are being healthy with themselves and making sure that you take your time to check in with yourself. Life is kind of happening fast for all of us. But it's very important that you take your time to check in with yourself and where you are mentally and figuring out what that means for you. What does your mental health looks like? Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And so, it's no shame or anything of that nature when it's dealing with your mental health and making sure that you're okay. Because you are the most important thing in a priority in your list of life. So it's very important that you take the time out to make sure that you're celebrating yourself, number one, and making sure that you're okay and healthy and all of those things. I want to encourage you to always try new things. I want to encourage you to always explore and figure out what's for you. Everyone is different. This world is a really big world, so many people here. And so you don't have to try to be a different version of someone else, Life is about figuring out who you are and what you have to offer this world while you're here, and all that good stuff. So I encourage you to do that by finding who you are and not rushing the process, right? Especially when you're moving from one stage in life to the next, it can be very scary, right? So the anxiety is telling you like, oh, I need to figure this out right away, but you really don't. It's about taking your time and aligning yourself with the people and places and things that are basically about what you want to be about. So I encourage anybody who is moving to the next stage in their life to buddy up, find a mentor, find someone older than you or at least more experienced than you that you can connect with. So that way, when life starts getting a little challenging, you have a resource, right? And a resource in another person means that this person just has more experience and more wisdom because they've probably gone through what you're going through in life currently. So they can offer you some assistance to make things a little bit more smoother for you. So never be afraid to find someone that you're comfortable with, that has more experience. It doesn't really mean they have to be older, but if they have more experience than you, then that's really what you're going for, because that's really what is going to help you get to the next level in life, right? So always connecting with people that you can feel comfortable with, people that you can trust, that you can move freely around and be yourself. And that takes a second to find, you know? So always invest in that time period for yourself, because you're worth it. You know, a lot of people don't think that they're worth having certain good things and good quality and good people around them, but you are. So I just wanted to remind you of that as you're moving into your next journeys in life. This is the season of change and completion for us here. And so a lot of us are moving on to whatever that next phase in life looks like for you. So again, I definitely encourage you to start to figure out what that means for you as you transition into that phase of whatever you're going into in life, right? The other thing in life, the other thing is I want to talk about is not being afraid to make mistakes. You know, mistakes are not mistakes. They're tools that'll help you learn what to do and what not to do the next time around, right? So never be afraid to make a mistake. Never be afraid to ask questions. And never, most importantly, never be afraid to show gratitude and to say thank you for whatever you have going on in your world. Because life is challenging, right? And we need people in our world that's going to help us grow and become a better person. But no one wants to feel, unappreciated, right? No one wants to feel taken for granted. So always say thank you. Always show gratitude. Always let a person know that they mean something to you, because we are here for each other. And this is a very big world, and you can't really conquer the world by yourself. And you'll try, and you'll realize sooner or later that that's a very hard mountain to climb by yourself. So you have to create your support system for yourself that's really going to be able to pour back into you and to help you push yourself forward. Now, here's the thing. That's something that you have to create for yourself. Your support system doesn't always sometimes automatically happen for you. So it's really something that you really have to align for yourself and figure out what that means. Who supports you, who's in your corner, so that way you learn you can ride that wave and not be exposed to people who aren't necessarily in your corner and who will discourage you as opposed to encourage you. So that's really what you're looking for. You're looking for more encouragement in life. You're looking on how to, be a better person. And there's so many tools and things out there for you. It's a matter of utilizing it properly. Yes, have your fun, enjoy life, do all the great things that you want to do. Just be mindful of your surroundings. Be aware of what you're doing. Pay attention to the consequences that comes with your decisions in life. Sometimes, you have to kind of keep all these things in check. And it can get hard, which is why it's important to have people in your life that can help you balance that out, because, man, these things can definitely get challenging. And it doesn't necessarily get easier. You just get better at doing it, right? So I definitely encourage you to try these different things in life and see where it can get you and go from there. I'm just adding some little last minute details to my quick little portrait art here. I just wanted to show you how you can really create some good inspirational art that you can pass on to encourage people around you to be a better version of themselves. Being a better version of themselves through your encouragement will help you benefit your life, because we share this world together. So when one of us is going through something, it affects the rest of us. So it's better to be there for people and then really encourage them to be a better version of themselves so that we can help each other. So that's what Mr. Malik is here for, to be a better version of myself, so I can help you guys in any way I can to be a better version of yourself. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope it's effective. And again, through art, you can always use your art and talents to do that. The same way I'm doing here. Use whatever skills and strengths that you might have for yourself to really do a deep dive into yourself to figure out what you're good at, and stick with your strengths. That's the best way to get through life, is to stick with what you're good at first, and then you can always branch off from there. Okay, so I have my flats down. I'm gonna come back in here and add some quick little details before I wrap this session up. But I definitely wanted to give you guys some encouragement going into the new things and new phases in your life, so that you guys can hopefully be successful. That's the goal, right? Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to be happy, and it's your responsibility to figure out what that means for you, right? So experiment, expose yourself to different people, places, and things that'll help you figure out what's for you and what's not for you. And again, don't expect it to be easy, but also don't expect it to be hard. Every situation is different. So go into life looking for what's for you and seeing what can work and what you can discover. Let me just add my little details here for this young lady that I've unpainted for you. Okay, looks like she's coming along greatly now. And I'm about finished. Now remember, guys, to always try these different techniques for your art, or just get some paint and start experimenting. There's no real wrong or right way of doing it. It's really just expressing yourself, and it's also very relaxing during, the times where you might need to relax a little bit more than normal. And here we have it. A quick, very quick sketch of this beautiful woman here. I'm just adding some texture to her flowers and her hair, so that it doesn't be so flat. And this is really a loose, very loose painting. Let's loosen up some of this around her eyes. And we are just about there. Voila. Let's give her some. Oh, I have another flower down here. we're going to quickly call her done for now. Right? So let's just watch the magic happen as we remove the tape. And you have a cool piece of framed artwork. Quick little demonstration. So again, I encourage you guys to definitely try art as a way of relaxing and confronting new challenges, and also to celebrate yourself from moving from one stage in life to the next. So, as always, thank you for joining me on another exciting episode of Art with Malik, and I hope that you find some grace and peace throughout your day, and stay tuned for the next episode. See you next time.